Okay. Well, this is an idea that I've kind of just thought of right now. I mean, it's an idea that's been in the back of my head for a while, and it's just something that I've always wanted to get into just because I like listening to them, which is podcasting. But this isn't really like a podcast. This is like, to me, this is going to be like a journal, a very weird insight into maybe I'll try doing it week to week. Hopefully, I don't lose motivation because if it's a journal, then I think it's good for me to kind of express and see where I'm at mentally, kind of gather up thoughts. I'll maybe write things throughout the week that I find interesting or interesting thoughts as I go. And then I think that's definitely something that I'm just going to be doing from maybe starting now because I'm coming towards the end of my senior year. And that's mostly at the point where I'm kind of realizing that there's not much time left that I have till I have to really worry about shit. And I mean, I should be worrying about shit right now. And that's the thing is that in the back of my head, I can fully fucking realize that I have to worry about certain things and that I have to get things done. But it's like senioritis. That's probably what it is. Just I really don't feel like doing shit. I'm just tired and I don't really know why I'm tired. Realistically, I have really nothing to fucking do all day. But I think if this does continue to be something, I'm gonna call it small talk. I mean, little bit of an inside joke in case it gets like posted anywhere and someone's listening to this. But besides that, it should be the typical like five people, especially Anderson, because you're fucking dope. And I hope that you'll find this interesting. But I feel like you're just gonna be fucking criticizing me half the time, dude. So I don't really know if I even want to share this with you. But like it should be going around to maybe the same five people, and I probably won't even share this. I'll probably keep this and then eventually I'll maybe come back to this in a couple of years in case I do forget about it. Or if I'm still doing this for these next couple of years I have going on, then I think I'll maybe look back at maybe this episode, maybe like in 3 years from now, I'll be looking at this. There is 52 episodes. And the way that it's going, I should be able to make about 52 episodes a year. But even then, it seems like it's too fucking much, and I'm not open every weekend unless I stay out this late or I'm really just not doing nothing. And if I even have the chance, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a quite interesting thing to do because for the most part, I did everything's gonna be different. I might look different. Fucking the background right now that I have is gonna be completely different. If it's not, then that's on me, and that's honestly gonna be kind of sad if I still haven't moved out of my parents' house and this house that we're living in, and that means that my dad is still working at this job just to help me get through college, most likely, or my little brother. And I'm sorry, but that's definitely something I can't be doing because the man works so hard. But apart from that, I think so far this episode, I'm gonna try and talk for about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna keep track of it, just keep talking, and then just kind of display the mindset that I've been having this week and some of the thoughts that I'm having. And they're all typically good, but some of them are just ideas that I like to think about, or some might be a little bit goofy, some might be a little bit out there, some might be a bit more personal, and that's why I say I don't really know what's gonna happen with these recordings because as it stands, I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. But for the most part, I think it'll be something new to try. And originally, this small talk thing was originally a thing that I was gonna do with Hector, but the cunt never really fucking decided to do it. I mean, we looked into microphones, and he has a PC who I said I'm correct, he doesn't use, but he has a whole PC. We were gonna buy microphones like Blue Yetis, like fucking decked out $30, like $40 investments to try and do this, but then it just kind of went away, mostly because of COVID. I think is the main reason why it went away. Because we did look, and we were like sending each other pictures of microphones and stuff, and I think it would have been quite successful, like and like talking wise. And I think it would. I don't think it would have been certainly other just because we don't have the pull for it. And I doubt I do too. But for the most part, I think it would have been something that's to me incredibly interesting, just to like have with a friend. I mean, I maybe if this continues to be a thing and I decide to be out there with it, I'll probably introduce it to like my friend Julian. Uh, he's been my who should still be my friend at that time. If I'm looking at this back 3 years later, but Julian should still be a very close friend. He's like my brother to me, realistically. But yeah, I think this is great. It's a good way to just kind of express myself and do that. Sometimes it does get lonely. Like right now, it's only me and my mom at home, and even then, it's like there's nobody here. That's what it kind of feels like. Um, I haven't gotten out much. Haven't really done much either. I mean, we went out today, but that was just to get groceries, and we ate like something. I don't know. Like we went to a nice little restaurant. It was pretty nice. But I'm gonna try and get this done because as I'm talking, I agreed to play video games with Juan Seeker, Big Bird. So that's what's currently is happening. But okay. So where do I start? I think things that are coming up that I'm most likely thinking about still, which are more than definitely what's gonna happen in the near future for me because time is coming very fast. I mean, we're already 2023, mid-January, even though it feels like I haven't been here that long. I feel like I've been here for actually no, I was gonna say I feel like I've been here for 2 weeks, but that's about right. So so I mean, I don't know. College is sneaking up on me. I'm doing college as it is, but I don't know what college I'm gonna go to. I don't even know a career yet. I should probably start looking into that as we speak. Um, but everything is coming fast, and I'm just kind of worried that even though I feel like I'm ready, that I'm not. And instead of actually fucking preparing, I'm here talking to my computer screen to myself over nothing really. Like it's just an intrusive thought realistically that came into my head, and now I'm stuck here trying to talk for 30 minutes to improve on speech. And even though it really hasn't, I feel like it's not going to do much. I feel like eventually I'll help conversate with people because it is something that I definitely want to do, which is a topic that I was thinking about was why the fuck is it so hard for me to talk with someone my own age? And why can I talk to adults so easily? Like I was having this I had a my senior sign in with my principal, the superintendent, the counselor, and there was another teacher there. And we were sitting there and we were just talking, and there was this high like a like they were praising me, which feels fantastic. Do not get me wrong. I love being put in that situation that people think of me like that. And with adults, it seems like I typically can set it off very well. I mean, even from some of my friends, like Javi, who's another great friend of mine, and like there's friends out there that their parents, as soon as they say, "Oh yeah, I'm going with Jaime," they'll be like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine then," because they understand that I'm a good kid, even though it might be like that in person, but it's kind of like I developed this thought in my head that I have to feel good to every adult, which is definitely a problem because I don't think it should be like that. I think I shouldn't be having to set expectations for myself to the point where I try to look good to every adult to try and seem mature or try and seem like I'm better than some other kids, when in reality I'm just not. It's just I became good at it, like scary good at it. That mostly because of my parents, I would say, which is a big problem as to why I fell into that little episode. Which again, Anderson, I think you're the only person that I'm gonna ever share this with realistically. Maybe a couple friends down the line, or even myself. Who if I'm dating anybody, maybe then, just to kind of give them an idea as to who the fuck I was. Because even though I like to think I'm a cool dude, I know I'm a fucking nerd. I mean, you can look at some of the things in my background. I'm an athlete and I'm a gym rat, according to some people, and I'm built like a motherfucker, but I love Pokemon, collecting shit, and there's a fucking giant stuff. You know what? Size comparison right now. Just to like get an idea of to what I look like right now. I'm built like I don't really know what I'm built like, but I'm rocking a shitty Casio watch with a calculator on it, two bracelets and a couple of rings. I'm hoping to be decked out with rings. But just to like show you some of the nerdy shit I have, there's like this shit. I thought this was sick as fuck. This is Mario, a little bit of gamer in me. Then there's I have an Xbox. I don't know. I play a shit ton of video games for no reason. I'm have a couple Funko Pops, couple tech decks. I love Pokemon. Um, I don't know, like I like incense. I got into incense as well. That's something. You know what? I feel like this is gonna be great because now I can move around, and I think this will be sick because I can conversate while moving around, and that just kind of gets me going a little bit. That's perfect. But I mean, I'm a fucking nerd. Some people would say I'm a loser. I think people observe me more as a fucking loser than anything, or like just as a fucking like weirdo. Like not because I'm weird or not. I am really fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like to a certain degree, like I guess I'm just a little bit more out there to like just keep it a buck because I'm not. Again, I don't really fit some of the. I don't fit jock stereotypes. I'm an athlete. I'm a three-sport athlete. I work out according to some kid. I at the moment I think I'm massive. Hopefully I can improve on that for sure. But at the same time, I'm just a fucking nerd. I love video games. I love anime. I love, just little things in life like that. Pokemon is a big one. I mean, I have a fucking Gengar artwork that I did with a plushie of Gengar up there. And I mean, I think this room to me is. I even wrote a fucking paper about it. I think I'm pretty sure in my English class, if I'm correct as to why is my safe space. And I think I said my room because it's almost like it's my own domain. Like it's my own place where I can genuinely be me and not have to worry about anybody criticizing. Because if I don't like you, I most likely won't have you in my room or anywhere near the thing that I fucking like because it's my fucking place. I love all this shit. You know, I love my incense. I love my Bob Ross action figure. I love my fucking tech decks. I like my Lego Snorlax, my Funko Pops of BMO from Adventure Time and Cartman and Spartan from Halo. I have a fucking Crusader helmet. That's badass. Next to a Pillsbury Doughboy. I want to know what the fuck I swear to fuck if my room is boring as shit in college or when I'm living by myself. Because right now I have all the shit and it's all pretty like I would say moderately okay. I'm gonna get rid of those fucking shits. That shit is boring. But like if my room is fucking lame, it's gonna be on me because I promise myself right now that I'm gonna have a room to my expectation. Because right now I'm keep it PG for my parents because it's not like I can have like a fucking fat picture of Bob Marley smoking a fat joint with a picture of Jesus Christ here. It's just it doesn't fit. My room is already a clusterfuck of my imagination and like my ideas and themes. But for the most part, it is something that it's my safe space. And I really do appreciate that I kind of have my own space just because it really allows me to express myself. And the people that come into my room will get maybe a quick understanding as to who I am. My room's a fucking mess right now. I have it in my bed. I was laying on my ass for a fucking while, but um, for the most part, it is my safe space, and I'm proud to say that. Even though it's an absolute shit show of a place, I fucking love it. Um, friends wise, I would say that I'm in a very comfortable spot, but I can't stay too comfortable. I need to branch out. That's why I'm trying to touch back to that subject of why I can talk to adults better than kids, to kids my age or people my age, and it's a genuine problem because for the most part, it's gonna fuck me up later on. Like thinking about it, it really is going to fuck me up because I have to think about it in the sense as to will I be able to interact outside of kids my age, and even though some kids my age, I'm gonna admit are really fucking cringy and annoying. For the most part, I find some badass people. Like there's this girl I'm talking to, and she's badass. She, I'm a loser. All this. She can say that, but to me, she's badass. I'll say that right now. Just because I think her being genuine and just like being different is pretty sick because I try to be different. And it's not like being like, oh, I need to be different because all these other kids are all the same. I need to be different. No, none of that. It's just I really like to express myself from time to time. And whether that be, I'm not a very good artist, but I would like to express myself more with my art. And I mean, I've tried. I really have. I'll show this really quickly just to see if I still have this. But I made a Pokeball out of clay in Coach Grimm's art class. I made a Pokeball out of clay and it opens. It's a custom Pokeball. And then I say about why I can't talk to women. But um oh shit. I almost broke a fucking Mexican skull that I brought from the motherland, but okay. But I think it's good that I'm trying to be as genuine as to myself. I'm starting to branch out, kind of express myself. I was worried about maybe looking cringy with rings, but they've grown on me. I love the way they feel. I love the way that I can just like this ring. Shout out Javi, he got me it, but it's got the little spin. It's kind of like fidgety. I love it, but I'm gonna get more. Eventually, I might move this ring that I currently have on my pointer finger or my index to this thumb so I can wear these two together. And then this black one will go with a black MF Doom ring, which is another, which is surprisingly another topic. Like MF Doom, I got into it mostly because of my cousin, Damian, or Atoy, but and Isaias, those two dudes are fucking. Oh, I wish I could see them more, especially Isaias, and because I haven't seen him in a fat minute, and I only see him like rarely because he lives in fucking Idaho. Damien, he lives in Walla, and occasionally I'll get to see him for sure. I fucking love those kids to death, dude. Like they've taught me a lot as to how to branch, how to be myself. And there goes the fucking skull. It fell from a top shelf that I have up there, and they just fucking rolled underneath my seat, and it's now on the ground to my right. But I'll pick that up later because I'm currently speaking, and I'm kind of forcing myself to do this. But for the most part, I think I really love those kids. They've introduced me to music, styles, and everything. I mean, they've really allowed me to kind of branch out and get out of my fucking center circle of who I was. And I'm not gonna say like I was some cringy middle school. I was a cringy middle school. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a fucking band kid. That's what they're called at this point. Like I was cringy as fuck. And like people called me annoying and shit. And then eventually I was like, I'll be my own person. If it means that I have to be a little bit more quiet, I'll be a little bit more quiet. It doesn't really bother me because I'm already okay with being quiet. I kind of like to stay away from the spotlight mostly because I kind of just like to see the way things play out for the most part. To me, it's a very interesting thing to do just to kind of be out there. And although I do see myself sometimes following people, sometimes feeling the approval of people, I think that is something that I can most definitely work on. And especially during these times where I understand that my friend group might be separated, I might end up going to Chini while some of my friends are most likely going to end up still being a group that they are and still being close friends and then going to WSU, for example. I think that's what they're doing is they're going to Wazoo and they're all planning on living together and shit. I mean, if I go to Eastern, there's definitely a lot of people that I will see there that I love to death still. Those seniors of my freshman year, dude. I think Johnny, Nigel, Omar, Tony, who wasn't a senior but still, really did the most. It was a big part. But I would say Johnny and Nigel. Ooh, Junior's another shout. Junior's a shout. Victor, even though he didn't talk much, he was a very influential person. And I'm trying to think of other seniors from that class. I mean, there are some girls that are really sick. Yami, who graduated in that class. But I think for the most part, those are the people that I really appreciate because they accepted me for who I was, regardless of what I was doing and what I was saying and all that. And it's honestly kind of emotional talking about it because I really miss those guys and I really love them. Because and love is a strong word, but at the same time, I say it a lot because the things that I love, I truly love. Like they hold a special place in my heart. I like to say that I'm a caring person, although the majority of the time I don't care about a lot of stuff. But I would like to say that I'm caring just because I worry a lot. even though if I don't know you or I don't know a lot of people, I tend to worry sometimes as to if people are okay or not. And even though sometimes I do get made fun of it, or people may find me annoying, I think it's something important to do. Just because you never know what someone's going through. And I think it's important to always be a caring person for people that you love because, I mean, shit, dude, there's a man who I have that I did care a lot about, and I still do. I like to think that he gave me some absolute techers, some absolute fucking ball knowledge when it came to soccer. Because he did. I mean, he taught me a lot of the things that I know. But I mean, I know that he's doing a lot better now, which is good. But I want to move away from that just because again, this was more of a This is more of something that goes on in my head currently more than anything, and it's something that I definitely like to just again. It's something new that I want to try. Um, Trying to think of another topic to talk about, maybe anxiety. But I already kind of brushed on that. I kind of gave it a run through. The you know, well, oh no, I was still talking about that thing about maybe not socializing with much kids my age. And it is kind of worrying because I'm soon going to be out of my circle. And even if I go to Eastern with all my cousins and even friends that are there, they're all going to graduate soon, dude. And then I'm going to be stuck alone. And even though there might be people there that I might know that graduate from my class, although there's not a lot of us, I doubt I'll keep in touch. And now I have to start preparing to try and socialize with them and kind of understand as to how I'm going to make new friends, how I'm going to get out there more, and what am I going to do in this near future because time is in fact kind of running. It is running and it's passing by quickly. It is massively worrying as to what I will do but I'm actually like it's like a weird emotion. I'm scared, but I'm excited and I'm kind of relieved that I got this far, mostly because it's a new chapter in my life and it is something that although did bring me trauma to a certain degree, which only certain people think about, like actually realize that I was in a dark place. And luckily, I've kind of reestablished a relationship with my parents, mostly my mom. That was the main one I had a problem with, but it's almost like a problem that I have. My mom almost needed to feel like accepted by others and needed to try and feel better than others, and then just felt like she always had to do more. So in her way of doing that, I feel was like kind of with me, and it did impact me in many ways that I do not want to touch on just because it's already brought me enough mentally that it's probably the main reason why I already struggle socializing because I didn't know much for many years and living in Eureka, the most fucking depressing place, although it is really badass. And I'll probably look back on it and think, fuck, I really wish I would have lived in Eureka longer, or I wish I lived in a place like Eureka. I think it is something that really did affect me because I wasn't socializing with much kids my age. A lot of the kids my age that live here, there's only like two of us, and everyone's inside all day. The only time I actually socialize with kids my age is at school, and when I decide to go kick it with my friends, which at the time are Brandon, Hector, Adrian. Well, Adrian, not much. I don't kick it with him necessarily at Vista, but uh, so Brandon, Hector, Javi, Manny, Chente, Ivan, Edu, Lolo, Yogi. Damn, there's a lot of us. Fuck, and there's still so many kids that I love. Carlos as well. He still lives in Vista, and not Vista Jubilee, but I still kick it with him a lot when I go to hobbies. That's another person that I really love because he's always been there and he's offered me a room in his house whenever I needed it. And to me, that's important. It's a main reason why I'll always have a good connection. And I'll love these people to death because they've given me so much opportunity. They've given me so much hope and kind of allowed me to just kind of build upon myself to a big degree because without them, I wouldn't be myself. Realistically, because they've kind of all implemented little characteristics in me that I'll enjoy. Oh, Noel. He I'll talk about it right now because he put me through one of the biggest chapters of my life. But um, those people have been all influential on me. There's still so many that I can't think about because there's a large majority, and I could probably go on and on about people that were there for me. But yeah, I'm really kind of grateful right now as it is that I've met the people that I have, mostly because these type of relationships you don't get, and the fact that I've been able to have them for so long to me is a very daunting and kind of, I don't even know if I use that word right, but it is something that I like to think about. But they've all helped me overcome big stages. That stage with my parents, especially that was my mom, about school, when I just fell into a deep hole. And luckily I've gotten out of it. And although I do struggle with it from time to time, it does come back to haunt me. I do realize that it's been something that, for the most part, did build character. And I think that's the way that I want to see it now is it's built upon and it's taught me how not to be and what to watch out for. The next other big stage was definitely the knee. Uh, it was ACL. I tore my ACL, my meniscus. I did both my tendons as well on the sides, and I fucked up a whole bunch of shit. There was even a piece of skin. I can't remember if it was in the front or the back, but either way, it was if it was supposed to be in the front, it was in the back, and vice versa. If it was supposed to be in the back, it was in the front. It was fucked up, right? And I had to go through this big surgery. It originally was gonna be 2 hours, ended up taking 4 because they realized that it was really fucked up. Originally, they were just gonna kind of like fix the ACL, but then they realized that it was gone. Like for the last 2 months, I had been walking around with no ACL, and it was a very, very mentally challenging more than physically, to be honest, because I didn't know who I was for those like that year that I struggled with the recovery. I didn't know who I was. Soccer was the only thing that helped me get out of that first hole that I was in, and my friends, and now all of a sudden I can't see them. I can't play soccer, and I have to just kind of deal with it on my own. Like the only person that was actually going to push me through was myself. Although my friends did provide a lot of mental, just kind of being there and kind of keeping me distracted for a ton of time. It was definitely something that I was gonna have to get through on my own. If I wanted to get out and play soccer again, if I wanted to get out and do a lot, it was gonna be something that was more on my own. And luckily, I did find a lot of people on the way that were there for me for throughout the whole thing. And that's when I kind of realized who my true friends are, were the people that stuck with me the most. The girl that I'm talking to, I don't know if she wants to be named or not, but she knows who she is. And honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad that I met her. Shout out Mountie for that because to me that's a very interesting thing. Like I didn't feel like I had anyone care for me like that in such a long time. And then to have that amount of care was definitely a good push for the most part. I It took me about a month just to start walking again normally, and it was something that I still think about because I still can't believe that I went a month or 4 months almost without being able to walk well. I had to miss Christmas in Mexico, something that I did a lot, and hopefully I still do because I want to see my family there. It's a beautiful place, but the first months were the toughest. Had to miss all of track season, soccer season, memories that could have been made. I did make memories throughout those times, but I feel like I could have made a lot more. And during this time, I went from 135, which is the best weight I've been at, all the way to 165. Yeah, it was like 165, almost 170, if not 170 plus. And I made it that far up, and I had nothing. I didn't think I was overweight. I didn't think I was in a bad spot. I still had all my friends or people around me at school that were just kind of treating me the same way. They were caring for me. They were making me laugh. That senior class, oh, I love them. Angeles, Juanita, Michelle, Manny, Ivan, Javi, Miranda, even though I didn't talk too much. Stephanie, all the girls, all the guys, all those were fantastic people. They made that year less hard on me than it should have been, than it was actually. But this is where Noel comes in. I was starting to work out again. I was finally able to kind of start walking. I couldn't jog much. I was barely getting the hang of jogging. I had just gotten enough strength back on my leg where I was barely starting to work back to that back to sports stuff. I was really close to it. I was like lurking up on it. But I started working out upper body stuff because I already was wearing out my legs in physical therapy. But I had worked out, and I remember I was in the weight room in the well, and I was trying to flex my back. I was trying to flex my back. I thought I had a sick ass back at that time. Fucking, there was nothing there. But I remember I was there with Noel, and I said, "Hey, Noe, how does my back look? What do you think I need to work on?" And this was a turning point for me. It was when Noel, who's brutally honest, and I love him for this, because if he didn't tell me, I would have gone through the fucking summer probably looking like that. But he goes, "Dude, you're fucking fat," and like that, and it hit me. I was like, I really let myself get out of hand, and no one's told me nothing. I told Javi. Javi said, "Dude, it's because I didn't want to be fucked up. You did get big, but everyone told me the same thing. You got big, but we didn't want to be fucked up because we know that you couldn't do anything. But a simple fucking diet would have helped if I would just be told like, bro, you're getting big. I hadn't stepped on a scale because I was scared. So I was looking at this way thinking this shit is normal, because it was just gradually increasing. So over time, it was just like normal to me, at least I think. Like in my head, I just blocked it out. If not, I didn't even use a fucking scale for months. So I was sitting there, daunting upon myself. And then I was like, fuck, I really need to start making changes. And I originally started with the kitchen, but even then it was hard because I was still not burning a lot of calories and it was just kind of sitting there. And for someone my size, it's very easy to gain fucking weight. And, it's just any slight amount of fat on me with my body build it makes me look fucking big, like in a bad way. But that summer, or this past summer that just passed, I wasn't out there anymore. I wasn't in Vista hanging out with my friends that much. It was a rare occasion when I got to, because I was working at Taco Bell. Fucking amazing job that I'll love to death, because it's definitely made big memories and experience and stuff. But it I would go every day to the gym, every single day except Saturday and Sunday. But even then, on Saturdays I would pop in occasionally. But I would go in at around. I would always clock in at 5, so I would go in at 1 to the gym. I would always start my workout at 1, so be there around 12:45 by the time I go and I'm ready, and then I warm up, and then at 1 start my workout. Do whatever I was gonna hit. It was fucking stupid because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was asking for people. I had a friend, Justin, and then I asked a couple of big dudes because I wasn't afraid. I was like, fuck it. I was like, it's good to ask before I fucking fuck up myself. And they would just tell me like, oh, this is a good exercise for your back. This is good for your chest. This is good for your arms. Fucking bang, type shit. So I took it all to heart, and it was amazing. I would go work out there till about I would go from 1 to about 3:30, and I would hit every fucking machine. Every fucking machine. If I was hitting chest, I would hit all the chest machines. I would do 4 sets of 10 reps with decent weight, and I would do that. And then after that, I would do a fucking half hour of cardio, burning up to 300 calories apart from whatever I just did. So I put my body through fucking torture. I would run 3 miles before going to fucking lock myself in a Taco Bell. That AC was ass. So fucking the fact that I went through that, to me, is amazing, because it just kind of shows that I really was dedicated for this shit. But I think it was definitely a moving moment, and I would do this. And for example, if I hit my fucking back, if I did back day, I would do the row machine continuously for half an hour row, which fucking, it blows out your shoulders and your back. And Oh, and I would already do all my back. So, and then to do that, I was putting myself to torture, but I lost 40 pounds. I got in the I was 40 to 50 pounds. I fucking got in the best shape of my life. Had a six pack for a bit. It's gone now because I went to Mexico. Ooh, bloated, the cheat days. But fucking, I loved it, and I got ready for soccer season again, and now I'm in a way better spot. Didn't win state or nothing. Basketball's looking fucking ass, to be honest. I'm looking forward to track just because I miss it and it's a beautiful atmosphere. But currently, I'm in a good state of mind, and I think I'm gonna call it at that. I think this was the first episode of Small Talk. I'll probably share this with Anderson. It's gonna be on this USB, so in case I still have the recordings on the MacBook and it transferred over to whatever I have then. Look for this fucking USB. It's gonna be with blue duct tape with Small Talk on it. So, hi man, take care, and thank you for whoever the fuck is sitting there listening to this. That's been going on for about half an hour, 40 minutes. So, deuces. Small Talk episode 1. This was Jaime. Letter. Oh wait, no, it's January 15th, 2023. Keep that in mind in the recording. Thank you. Small Talk out. Woo.